Am I audible? Last session, we have discussed implementation of a stack, and for the batch S1, I have discussed the problem statement. Let me uh, quickly discuss what is the problem statement, what should be our next approach while implementing the stack, and then immediately we will start with the theory session. Voice is low. Uh, is my voice clearly audible to everyone? Okay. I guess there might be some issue with the. Please check at your end if you are still not able to hear me clearly. So guys, as a next program, you people have to update the stack program that we have implemented in the earlier stage, wherein we were writing everything inside a case 1 and case 2, right? Let me. Okay. So wherein we were writing everything inside the main method. And instead of that, what you have to do is you have to call a push function in the case 1, and in the case 2, you have to call something called as a pop function. So these should be the functions. And whatever you have to do in the stack, like inserting a number in the or pushing the number in the stack, that should be taken that entire operation should be handled by this push function, and removing a number from the stack should be handled by the pop function. Make sure that the stack and the top variable are not declared as a global entity or the program entity. These two things must be declared inside a main method, right? So what will happen is as you declare the stack variable and the integer or top variable in the main method, you have to pass this stack and a top as an argument to the push function along with the number that you want to push. And the pop function also, you need to pass the stop and stack as an argument, and the pop function will return which element has been popped. So there should be no printf statement or a scanf statement in the push and pop function. Uh, top that the stack and the top index must be declared in the main method. So you have to pass it compulsory to the functions. So this is the updated version of a stack that everyone must work on. In this week, we are going to take a review of this assignment. Okay, so this is the new assignment related to stack. So this will be assignment number, task number 6. Task number 5th is the implementation of a simple stack, and both programs will be available on the Moodle for the submission. I expect that by this weekend, everyone will submit all the tasks from task 1 to task 6. All the 6 tasks will be submitted by each and every student by the weekend, that is Sunday. Okay, great. So let's begin our discussion with the application of a stack. Now, in the last session, many people have given me variety of application, like if you want to implement an undo list, like there is an undo operation in this paint, or if you want to implement some backtracking operation, then the stack is a correct data structure to use it for implementing that particular feature. Now, if you go through our syllabus content, you will find that there is one application of a stack that we have to learn, that is evaluation of an expression. So let's say I have this a plus b statement, and you want to write a program which can evaluate this expression and get the result. For example, let's say 2 plus 4, and you want to evaluate this statement and get the result as 6. So somebody may say that you will take this 2 into number 1 and this 4 into the number 2, and then you'll add number 1 variable with the number 2 variable, and you will get the result. You may keep it into some variable again. So that is this is not this is what is not we want. What we want is user will type at a command prompt, or using the printf statement, you will scan the string from the user. The user will literally enter something like this: 2 plus 3, maybe plus 4. And if user types this as an input for the printf, enter the expression, then this string must be evaluated and the result must be printed on the screen. So that is what is the application that we have to develop. Okay. So the very first thing that how we can do this, how we can scan this input string and then evaluate it using the program. So there are a few approaches using which we can literally convert this string into the expression and then evaluate that expression through program. So the very first approach is we will try to convert this expression into some forms. So we call this as an infix form. The expression that I'm writing right now, this expression is called as infix form expression. So there is an approach called as convert this into the postfix or a prefix expression and then evaluate it using that particular form. So let's learn how to convert an infix notation or the expression into the postfix expression. Let me take a blank screen. Now let's say I have let's understand a very basic thing. What is the expression? So I will call it as an infix notation. So what is infix notation in this case is we are having A and B, right? So these two are the operands, and there we have a plus as an operator, right? So this is the perfect order in which we normally write our expressions, like the operand, the operator, and the second operand. Now, if we convert it to the postfix expression, then what is expected is you must have operands together followed by the operation that we want to perform on it. So I will write the same expression as AB plus as a postfix expression. Now this is a simple trick or simplest expression that we can literally immediately convert from the infix to the postfix. What if you have a bit lengthy expression? For example, let me write A plus B multiplication C. Now here we have two operations, and let's say we decided to convert this expression into the postfix expression. This one is infix format, of course, and we want to convert it to the postfix format. Now, as a human being, we are able to see this entire expression, and our brain is trained to identify that what is the priority of the operation. Now, we know that if we perform a multiplication of B and C first, and then we add A to it, the result will be different. And if we perform A plus B, and then if we multiply the result of A plus B with the C, then that will be the different result. So what we have to do is we have to evaluate the expression with the highest priority. Now, in this case, the B star C. So here multiplication operation is having the highest priority. So on the very first step, what we will do is we will say B is the first operand, C is the second operand, and multiplication is the operator or the operation that we want to perform. And the remaining part of the expression is written as it is. So this is the first level of solution, that we converted some portion of the expression into the postfix form and some portion is still in the infix form. Now what we can do is, followed by this, now we have two operands remaining. First operand is A, and now this second entire string together, entire string represents the second operand, and plus is the operator. So what we will write is, let's say I have A, which is the first operand, and my second operand becomes B, C, and the multiplication symbol, followed by the operation, which is plus. Now this expression is converted into a postfix expression from the infix form. Okay. Any doubt in this? Okay, there is, let me see if there is anything into the any doubt? Okay, fine. Now, if we take a bit more complex example, for example, the same expression that we just evaluated, like a plus b and then multiplication c. So now, as a human being, we know that this operation have the highest priority. But if we tweak this statement a bit, if we let's say that we will rewrite this statement as a plus b, and we will put it into bracket, and then we'll say multiplication with c. Now the meaning of this expression has changed. Now we know that we have to solve this brackets first, get the result, and this result will be multiplied with c. This is how this expression must be solved as soon as we put a brackets around it. So as a human being, again, what we will do is we will say a is the first operand, b is the second one, then there is a plus operation, and star c is the remaining expression. Now a, b plus c, these are the first operand, second operand, and then the operation. So this will be the result if we convert this expression into the infix expression into the postfix expression. So this is how it works. Now it's easy for us to do it because right now we have only 4 or 5 terms. If we write a bit larger expression, for example, let's write something like this. Let's say you have a plus b multiplication with the c plus d. Okay, and again minus, let's say e, and okay, I should write capital letter, let's say e, and again we have, let's say, division operation, and let's say this is f. Now as soon as the length of the expression gets increased, then we have to put extra effort, like we have to identify the group of operations which must be executed or performed at the priority basis. Now if I really see this expression, I know that the multiplication and the division operations have the highest priority or the equal priority, and then we have priorities for the addition and subtraction operation. Now again, I will give a priority to evaluate this operation, like I'll convert this into the postfix, then I'll convert this into the postfix form, and then I'll try to evaluate the remaining statement, like a plus, and here I have plus d. And now I can say that BC multiplication, ABC multiplication with the plus, and then again I have a plus d at the second level, and let's say I have EF, and so on and so on. On the next step, again, this d will go on the right side, and then depends whether you are doing it with the E and F or whether you are doing it with the A, B, C, D. So here we have a left to right associativity. Like if we have an equal weightage operation coming in picture, then we'll perform the left side operation first, and then we'll go with the right side operation. That is left to right association. Now, if we write even bigger expression, like if we keep on adding some data to this first level expression, let's say I'll just put a brackets. Okay, and here also I'll put a bracket. Okay, and then to this entire thing again I'll put one more bracket to this two brackets. Now it becomes a complex expression. Let's rewrite a complex expression a bit. What we can do is, let's say a plus b, and then let's say star c minus d, and plus, let's say, e minus f. Let's say this is the expression. Now we know that the highest priority is to the operation of b into c. But if we just put brackets, if we just add brackets, let's say this is the first bracket, this is the second bracket, and to this entire expression, if we add one more bracket here like this, then the whole story of this evaluation will change. Now, is there any better way? Like if we are writing a program, how a program should read this. Does program should do this multi-pass stages? For example, how I'm doing it right now. In the first scan, I am executing the highest priority order. For example, if I scan this statement, I know that the internal brackets must be evaluated first. So I may give a priority to evaluate CD minus, and then in the next pass, I will, as a human being, when I'm doing this for the second time, I'll say EF minus. This is my second priority. Then again, I know that I have to evaluate bracket again, so I'll write CD minus EF and then minus plus. Now the first level of brackets have been solved. So what I'm doing is I'm scanning the statement from left to right and finding out, I'm reading the entire statement and then I'm figuring out which operation to perform. So I decided to execute this one first, then I decided to convert from infix to postfix this one, then I'm giving priority to the bracket. In this process, I'm not working on this remaining part of the expression. So I'm not even bothered about what is this expression is doing or how this will be resulted into the final result. And once I'm done with this part, what I can do is I can start focusing on A, B, star C, then evaluate this like B, C, D minus E, F plus star. And then at the last, I'll write A and then I'll put a final plus symbol here. So we are doing this expression, we are scanning this expression for the multiple times, and then we are inching towards the final expression step by step. So instead of that, is there any standard procedure that I will read this statement from left to right in just in a single pass, that is in one go, and we will figure out algorithm using which even if we are passing this or even if we are scanning this expression only one time, still we will manage to convert this expression from the infix notation to the postfix notation. Is there any way? So let's check out the algorithm which can be used with the which can be used to convert the infix expression into a postfix expression by just scanning the statement only one time. So right now there are two troubles. I have to scan this statement multiple times, or scan instead of scan, I can say that I have to process the statements multiple times. Each time I am solving some part of the statement and then going on with solving the next part of the statement and so on and so on. So instead of that, what if we will read this statement from left to right just one time, and we will convert this entire expression into the postfix form. So how to do it? Let's understand with a simple example. Now we have learned the stack. Let's take a very basic example of only one operator and two operands. So what we do is we prepare three columns. Let's say this is the output or the postfix expression. We can write this is postfix expression, and then we have a stack here. Okay, and let's say the step. So let's say step number one. So step number one, we start scanning. So we will read the first character in the expression. Right now we have A, which is the operand. So we'll directly put it in the postfix expression. So I'll write A here in my postfix or the output screen here. So let's treat it as an output screen. So I'll write this operand directly on my output screen. As soon as I find the operand, I'll directly write it as on the output screen. The next thing I find is a operator. So instead of outputting the operator in the output, I'll put it in stack. So we know that the stack operation is we push something on the stack and we can remove only element from the top of the stack. So this is the first element in the stack. So let me draw this. So let's say this is the stack and this is the top of the stack. Okay, this is the top of the stack. Now second thing is we will again scan B. So when we scan B, this is the operand. So we'll directly output it on the output screen. Now there is nothing left in the expression. So as soon as there is nothing left in the expression, what we will do is we'll empty the stack and we'll put whatever we have on the stack. Those all operators will be posted as an output. Okay. So if we empty the stack and if we put it everything on the output screen, the new status will be like empty stack. There is nothing inside the stack now, and the output is AB plus. So we are converting from infix to postfix. Now this is a very simple example using in which we have applied the stack. Now let's try to write a bit one step ahead of what we can say, an expression with maybe 2 operations and multiple operands. So what I can write is, let's say I have A star B plus C. So again, this is a easy statement. Again, we will have a stack. Let me draw a stack here. Let's say we have a stack and which have a top, and this is the output screen. So I'll start scanning. I'll scan A. This is the operand. So let's directly output it. Then we have operator. So I'll push the operator on the stack. I'll push the operator on the stack. Second thing is again the operator, sorry, operand. So operand, we have to directly put it on the screen. Okay. So we have outputted it. Now again, the next thing is operator. So now we have a plus operator. Plus operator is having, if we compare the precedence or the priority, let's say, if we compare the precedence of multiplication with the plus, if we compare, let's say we are comparing to whom we should give the highest priority. Now, in the case of this, we know that if there are 2 operations like plus and multiplication, then we have to give the priority to the multiplication. So when to push, we have the plus operator, and on the top, we have a multiplication operator. So here is a contrast that if I push plus in the stack, then we are pushing the lower priority operation or the lower precedence operation on the higher precedence operation. So instead of that, what is the strategy? In case if your new operator that we are reading, which is plus, is having lower precedence over what is indicated by top. So when we are reading a new operator which is having lower precedence compared to the element which is on the top of the stack, we will empty that, or we will remove that element and we'll put it into the expression. So as we are scanning plus, 2 things will happen. The first step is it will remove the multiplication and it will output it on the output screen or the postfix expression. And the second thing is, after removing plus, after removing this multiplication symbol, the new state of the stack will be like this. The new state of the stack will be empty stack. Now we have already read this plus operator, so it will push the plus operator on the stack. This is how it will happen. Now again, the scanner will proceed. Now we have scanned A star B, already been scanned, plus is scanned. So next, last step is C. Now this is the operand. So again, directly outputted on the screen. So C has been outputted. Now there is nothing left to scan. We are at the end of the string. So whatever is remaining on the stack, simply empty it out. So there is one operator remaining, that is plus, and we will empty it out. And the new state, after removing this plus from the stack, the new state will be, we will have an empty stack. And this will be the perfect postfix conversion of infix expression of A star B plus C. So this is how we can use a stack. Let's tweak this a bit. Is this example clear to you? Is this example is clear? Very clear? Any doubt in this? Great. So I'm with the same example, I'm just going to interchange the position of the operands and operators. I'll just change few positions. Instead of writing A star B, I'll say A plus B and multiplication with C. Now we are changing the position of the operators. Now let's see what will be the effect on evaluation of this new expression with the help of a stack. So again, we will have output screen or the output, final output. Let's say output string what we want, and then we will have a stack. Now let's scan. Okay, so we will start with the first character in the expression. So it's A. So we know that it's an operand. So we'll directly output it. Okay. The next thing we will scan is plus. So this is step number 1. Let's say step number 2. In the step number 2, there is nothing been pushed on the, or there is nothing added to the output screen, but on the stack we have pushed plus symbol. So let's say this is the plus symbol on the stack. In the third step, we will scan B. So in the third step, A, B will be the output, and there is no change on this. There is no change on the stack. So we are writing plus as it is. In the fourth step, again we are scanning operator. Now in the fourth state, there is no change directly on the expression right now because we have scanned the operator. So AB is there as it is. Now we will again compare. Now what we have scanned multiplication operator. Now let's compare multiplication with the plus operator. Now here the situation is compared to other earlier situation, here the situation is different. Multiplication, the new symbol that is coming to the evaluation process is having higher precedence over the element which is present in the stack. So in this case, when top of the stack is indicating an element or is the operator which is pointed by the top of the stack is having lower precedence compared to the element the symbol that we are scanning, in that case, we will not pop out anything from the stack, but we will add symbols. So what I'll write is, as plus is having lower precedence over the new symbol scan, so instead of removing any symbol from the stack, we will just push multiplication directly in the stack. Okay, now my new top of stack is this multiplication. So earlier top of stack was plus. Now on the plus we have added multiplication. So this is my new top of stack. After this, in the fifth step, we will read the next character from the string. Now this is the again operand. So we know that when we read operand, we will directly output it on the screen. So now ABC is my output string. But as soon as we have scanned C, there is nothing left in the string. So string has no more characters. So what we have to do is now follow the order. Remove everything from the stack and put it in the expression. Now we know that the stack is a kind of last in first out or first in last out, however you want to pronounce it. So let's say last in first out, or we can remove and insert element in the stack only at the top. So who is at the top right now? At the top right now we have a multiplication, right? So in the sixth step, in the fifth step we have exhausted the string. In the sixth step we will say A, B, C and star, and so this star is removed. So my stack will have only plus operator, and again I will pop out that operator, remaining operator also. So this will be my final expression. And on my stack there will be nothing. I'll have an empty stack. Is the story clear? Is the story clear? Anyone have a doubt in this? Okay, so let's do one more example with this. Let's do one more, a bit larger or a bit bigger example with this. Let me create a random string. Let me create a random string with some group of operations. Let's say A plus B multiplication with, let's say, C plus D. So let me use a bracket here, C plus D, and let's say let's make it even more complex. Divide by E. So can we take 5 minutes time and you people will solve this? Can you try to solve this? We will just take a 5 minutes time. So I'll pause this recording, I'll pause this lecture, and let's see who can solve this, and you will post your answers in the chat window. And if you are not able to solve this, we will see how to do it. Okay. So shall we take a time of 5 minutes to solve this expression? Okay. Okay, great. So I'll just pause the recording for just 5 minutes. It's 3:51, exactly at 3:55, we will again resume our session. Try to solve this, else we will discuss it. Anyone have completed this? Anyone? Okay, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D plus E divided by. Okay, so I have two answers, A, B, then the brackets and that. Okay, Vaishnavi, you need to refine see brackets also. You have to solve the brackets too. Okay. And Jatin, multiplication and division. If I am scanning from the left to right, huh? So which operation is coming first, division or the multiplication? Which operation is coming first? Okay, multiplication. So actually both are having equal level of precedence, so it will not change the final output, right? Okay, so multiplication E divided by plus. Okay, Ashish Musa is also answering. Right, right. So I hope guys, you people have applied stack. So everyone has applied stack. So everyone who have solved this have applied stack, right? I'm getting correct answers in the chat window. So, so shall I proceed without solving this? That I have almost six correct answers in the chat window. So shall I assume that everyone have understood and proceed, or anyone want me to solve this? Shall I solve this or shall I proceed? Quick replies, please solve. Tejas, okay, fine. So let's do it. So what I'll do is, again in the same step, I'll create something called as an output and something called as a stack. And here we will keep the track of steps. So in the first step, I'll scan A. So it's operand. So let's output it immediately. Then we are scanning the operator, which is plus. So sorry. So let's say that we have a step 2. So what we will do in the step 2 is, in the step 2, A has been there, and on the stack we are pushing plus. Then we will scan B. So it's a operand. So in the third step, A, B, and the stack state is same, plus. In the fourth step, we are scanning the multiplication operator. So in the fourth step, what I'm scanning is I'm scanning multiplication. So there is no change in my output window. Now I'm comparing what is in my stack. In my stack, I have a plus symbol, and then I'm comparing with the multiplication symbol. Now, the element which is having in the top of the stack is plus, and the element that I'm scanning here is the operator multiplication, which is having the higher precedence compared to the plus. So when we are scanning a new element which is having a higher precedence compared to what the element is present on the stack, that time we will not pop out anything. We will just push the new element or new operator on the stack because this is having higher precedence compared to the plus. So this is a change. Now the next, in the fifth step, we will scan the next character. So right now we are scanning a bracket. So in the fifth state, the change will be A, B, nothing in the output, but on the stack, we having plus, then the multiplication, and then the opening bracket. Okay. Now in the sixth step, we are scanning the plus symbol. So this is the next input. Now again, sorry, I've forgotten to scan 6. So we have scanned this bracket. Now in the sixth step, I am going to scan C. So this is wrong. In the sixth step, we are scanning character C. So that it will be changed in my output and no change on my, nothing changes on my stack. In the seventh step, we are scanning the character D. So no, in the seventh step, again, this is because of the problem. In the seventh step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? So in the seventh step, my next input is plus. So 7 plus. So again, this is the operator. I have to compare it with the bracket. So this is a bracket, a new opening of the stack kind of a thing. So I will not do any comparison of what. I'll just push this first operator in the stack because my top of the stack is indicating a bracket, opening bracket. So instead of comparing it with the opening bracket, I'll just put it in my operator stack. So this was the seventh scan. In the eighth step, I'll scan this operand. Now again, this is a plain operand. D is the operand. So in the 8th step, I will simply say A, B, C, and D. Operand is been outputted to the screen. Now plus multiplication, opening bracket, and the plus symbol inside the bracket is my output or the operator stack. Now in the 9th step, we are scanning the closing bracket. Now we are scanning the closing bracket in the 9th step. So as soon as we see a closing bracket on the stack, whatever you have till you find the left bracket. Oh, so whatever you find till you do not find the opening bracket, that all operators you have to simply output on the output variable or in the output screen. So as I am finding a closing bracket, I'll start emptying the stack till I find opening bracket. So there is only one symbol, which is plus. So what I'll do is in the 9th step, the output will change like this, A, B, C, D plus, and the input closing bracket will cancel the opening bracket, and the remaining part on the stack will be plus and multiplication symbol. In the 10th step, we are scanning the division. So I am getting a division in the 10th. Now A, B, C, D plus. Now the top of the stack and the new input are having the same precedence. So if we have a same precedence, I can output this multiplication and put it in the output. Now compare the division, the new input, which is division. Why we have removed multiplication? Because division and multiplication have same precedence. Okay, so that's why we removed multiplication. Now still this division symbol is not pushed in the stack. We have just removed multiplication. Now this division, new scanned input, will be compared with what is remaining on the stack. The remaining on the stack is plus. But again, division have a higher precedence compared to the plus. So the new state of the stack will be plus and division symbol. Okay. Now in the 11th step, we are scanning the operand. So this is E becomes my new input. Give me 1 minute. I'm already. So this E becomes my new input. And so what I have to do is in the 11th step, A, B, C, D plus multiplication, and directly this is the operand. So I will print it in the output screen. Now what is remaining on the stack? I have still plus and division symbol. But as you can see that the input string has ended. So there is nothing left in the input string. So whatever there is on the stack, you start popping it out. Again, we can remove only from the top of the stack. So till the time we have constructed a string called as A, B, C, D plus plus multiplication. Then we have E. So this is the string that we have constructed in the moment. Now on the top of the stack, we have a division. When we remove the division from the top of stack, the remaining is plus. So we put plus symbol, and this generates the final string. So this is the final postfix expression. Are we clear? Have we have applied? Are we okay with this, everyone? Great, great, great. So once you do with the complete with the stack implementation of a stack, we have to write a program which will convert this infix expression like this one, like any infix expression into a postfix form. So this is the next assignment that we have. We have to implement a program, whatever stack program we have implemented. Using the same program, we have to convert an infix expression into a postfix expression. So that is the assignment program that we have. Are we clear with this one? What is infix to postfix? Okay. Now there is also infix to prefix. Infix to prefix. So there is a simple formula to do it. I want you people to try this. The simple way to do it is, let me write the expression again, A plus B multiplication into bracket, let's say C plus D divided by E. So if I have to do it, infix means this is the postfix, whereas the operand, and operator is a postfix expression. So if I, let's say, a plus b, so its postfix is ab plus, and its prefix, this is postfix, and in the prefix we have to write plus ab. We have to write plus ab. Okay, so there is a easy way to do it. You have to reverse the string. You have to reverse the string. Entire string must be reversed, and then you can convert the string into the postfix format. Okay, so I on this input that you should reverse the string and then try to convert this whatever the expression you have, scan that expression and try to generate a postfix expression, sorry, prefix expression. Okay, so reversing means I will write something like this: E division, then this is the closing bracket, I have D plus, then the opening bracket, then the star, then the B plus A. Now these two symbols are creating the confusion. So reverse this symbols also. So E divided by bracket, in bracket, D plus C bracket complete, multiplied by B plus A. Now this is the reverse string of our input, and now if you convert this into the postfix, you will get some sort of prefix expression. So this is one way of doing it. This is one way of doing it. There are other ways also. So why I'm giving this one way out? Because we have just learned how to convert a infix notation into a postfix notation. So try to evaluate the same expression into the prefix format, and we will in the next session we will start evaluating the expressions. This is conversion. We are converting the expression into a from infix form to the postfix and prefix form. What about evaluating expression? So in the next session we have to understand how to evaluate expression. Okay, so it's 4:10. So any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, session is open. Please ask me. Any doubt, any part that I should repeat? If anyone have a question, please let me know. No doubt. So will you try this? Will you try this expression? Let me clear the screen. What I am saying is, let's say if I want to, one way to do it is A plus B, let's say multiplied by C. So I can try by like doing this, C star B plus A, and then I can try to create a infix notation of this. Okay, now if I convert this from pre-infix to the postfix, I'll have a sort of prefix notation. So this is how you can do it. So this is one way. This is not the final way. This is the one way. So I want you people to try this. Okay. Shall I expect that you will try this? Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Now, how this expression post conversion will help us in evaluating. So let me give a small way how you can evaluate. Let's say you have A plus B and you converted this expression. So let's say you have AB plus with you. Sorry, this is the extra thing that I wrote. So AB plus you have. So what you can do is scan this A, take as a first operator or operand. Okay, first operand. Scan B, take it as a second operand. And if there is a plus operation, then take this operand one, first operand, and the plus operation and the second operand, and then evaluate it. Okay, so this is how the program can be written to evaluate. Now this looks very simple because right now we have only two symbols or two operands and one operator. Now if you just make it like this, A, B star, C plus, C plus. Now you have to go from this, and as soon as you find the operator, make sure that you are supposed to evaluate some part from the expression. Okay, and take that result. Let's say this will result into some kind of R value. Let's say it is resulted into R value. So new expression will be formed as R, then R and C plus. So this becomes the new expression that we have to evaluate. Result of this AB star and C plus. Now this together will create a new result. Let's say this becomes result 2. And if the overall expression is something like this, let's say overall expression becomes something like this, A star B plus C plus D kind of story, then maybe A, B star, let's say C plus and then D plus is what we have evaluated. So this will give us result 1, C plus D plus is what we have. So this operation will give us result 2. So result 2 D plus. So the result 2, the value of D and this plus will give us final result. So this is how you can apply this, use this postfix expression to evaluate a mathematical expression in the programming world. Okay, so basically it's application of a stack. So this is one way of doing it. You can directly do it using the stack also. Directly you can apply a stack and there is a shortcut to do it. But I recommend that we will at least try to implement infix to postfix and postfix to maybe infix to postfix and infix to prefix expression, and then we'll apply the same logic to evaluate a expression entered by user. So if you don't have any doubt, we should stop this session here. In the next session, we will see how to evaluate it. Okay. Okay, let's stop. No issues.